Hey everyone, it's Game Fruit Pulp, and welcome back to my favorite video of the year, the first one. This, as is tradition, we're going to be looking at the Building Toronto map and a look back on the work that was done in 2020 on the map. And I didn't realize until doing the prep work for this video how much work was done. It was a really exciting year, and it didn't feel like we achieved everything we wanted to on the map. But when you really step back and take a look at everything, I think you guys will be pretty satisfied and impressed with what we did, and I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Before we jump into it, a quick word from our good old friend, the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, be sure to do so you can catch all my videos in the future and watch as we continue to build this map, and I also showcase other cool Minecraft content and other things on my channel. So when I always start this video, I always do it, or when I start the prep work for this video, I always start it the same way, and that way is by watching the previous year's video. And in watching the previous year's video, one of the things I said that was going to be done is that there was going to be a focus placed on the south end and working south, and that's not what ended up happening. Ultimately, it was not how it intended. The first thing I said we were going to get done was the railway tracks, and the railway tracks still aren't completely done. We started them, but ultimately we went in a lot of other different directions, which I think was pretty interesting. And looking at the map as a whole, I guess I should start in chronological order with the map. So the first thing that happened with the Building Toronto map, obviously in 2020, was that I got to showcase it on City TV, and I got to do an interview talking about the project and talking about the map, and that really kickstarted the whole, for lack of a better term, theme for 2020 with the Building Toronto map, and that was that we wanted to really work on making everything accurate. And so ultimately what ended up happening is we redid almost the entire map, rescaled it all, spent the first, I would say, quarter of the years from like the beginning of January till April, rebuilding the map, resizing the roads, redoing the intersections, making things as accurate as we possibly could, using the same method of Google Maps and all that kind of stuff. And it turned out pretty good. It was a long process. We had to redo a bunch of the major buildings, had to resize a lot of the skyscrapers. So essentially, we almost rebuilt the entire map. When that was finished, we sort of had to figure out what our plan was going forward. We got quite a few new builders this year. Some came and went, some we still have. Bacon is a new builder we got this year, and he contributed largely on the West End expansion, which is the biggest part of the map that was built. All this West End stuff was either built by him for the most part, or he coordinated the build. And so a lot of the West End completion, we have to credit to him. Obviously, we had some other builders that really did a good job on some of the other builds. Obviously, we know that United Valeria built, for example, the church that we showcased in a few videos ago. But ultimately, the West End was the big expansion for this year. On the map. That's not to say we didn't go in any other direction, because we did. We actually went in all four directions a little bit. But the best way to sort of showcase the progress we made is to pull up not the Dyn map from 2019, because I didn't show it, but pull up the picture I took of the maps at the end of the video, which was almost accurate to everything that had been done, and compare that side by side to what's been done now and the Dyn map for this map. And you'll just see we almost doubled the total amount of buildings in the map over the past year. We added subway stations this past year. We made the map more user-friendly in the last year, more intricate, more detailed. Interiors that weren't done, that were just sort of being left behind, have been finished. And there isn't really any outstanding interiors that we had at the beginning of 2019, where there was a bunch of shell buildings. Everything that we have built, for the most part, with the exception of one or two smaller builds, is completely furnished on the inside. And players can go in and access the building and have a look around and see how we decorated it. Players can interact with things on the map now, which is a newer feature that I'm going to be doing a separate video on probably this week or next week. I'm really happy really with how the progress turned out. And it's hard almost to showcase everything that we've done because so much has been finished. So I'm trying to just fly through and showcase everything. Obviously, we had a look at the West End. We're going through the North End now. I'm really happy with like what's been done, and obviously you're always pushing for more to be built, and you're never happy. Like with a project like this, you're never really satisfied because there's always more to be done. But looking back and really just taking a step back and looking at how much we did this year, I was shocked and surprised in a pleasant way that we really got done a lot more than I thought. And so like all these different builds here, we've had such a different group of builders like throughout the map. We've obviously had our core guys that have been here for a while, but then we had some other people that built one or two and then sort of ended up moving away from the project. But all like the different sort of contrasts between the way the West End is developed and the way the East End is developed of the city is starting to show, where we have all these sort of smaller, older style builds in the East End versus the newer, larger style buildings, commercial buildings in the West End. It's really exciting as a map. It's sort of coming together. It's coming alive. It's beginning to feel like a city. It's not just feeling like a Minecraft project where there's some buildings and some roads. It's big enough now that you can spend hours really exploring the map, and it's something really exciting for me. It feels like a sort of sense of not completion, but satisfaction that we've arrived at a place where this map is truly something I think is quite special, and it's exciting. And this isn't, I realize it's kind of sounding like it's a finale video. It's not even close to that. It's quite the opposite, actually. I've found a new motivation for the project recently, and I've really tried to do some things to make it a more enjoyable experience for you guys as viewers, but also for people who come on and explore the map as well. And again, more details on that kind of stuff will be coming in the next few weeks as I really get working to complete those things. But my goals for 2021, actually, one more thing that we added on the map before I get into my goals for 2021 is obviously this, what you're looking at here with all these flowers, and that's something that Bacon did, which is going to be really helpful in the future, because this is sort of like a guide that I don't really understand how he did it. There's a separate video again on this as well if you want to check out. I talked about it in a little bit more detail about what he did, but basically a guide on all the roads, all the buildings, all the highways, all the terrain is built already, so that's something that we don't need to spend time doing anymore, and it's always going to be 100% accurate now, to the most part, as accurate as we need it to be, which is something that's really exciting going forward. Going back to our goals for 2021, the first thing we want to do is actually do the railway. I said that last year as well. We've started it, and I'm really happy with what's been done. I've done a lot of it myself. It's something that it's self-inflicted that it's been taking so long, because I have been very picky with it. I've been trying my best to make it quite unique and quite alive, and that's something that I really want to try and focus on with this map, is making everything alive. And as you see when I fly through it here, I think that so far I'm doing a pretty good job of that. I have some other things I want to add at the end once the train station is complete, but our first major project in my belief right now is to try and complete Union Station, the train portion, not the subway portion, by the end of February of 2021. The subway portion should be done shortly thereafter, which will connect King and St. Andrew, and then we would have 3 subway stations altogether, which would be awesome as well. Moving forward from there, I would like to continue building south all the way to the lake. Obviously, this isn't going to be something that we can complete this year, but I'd like to continue working south, and that is simply because with 1.17 coming up, we're going to have to sort of redo the terraining of the map, because right now the terrain on the map is done to half of what it actually is, so that we could fit all the skyscrapers in the building. With the 1.17 update allowing the building limit to be increased to 1,024, we're going to be able to redo the terrain, so you can actually get these huge ravines that the city has that makes it so famous, and all these little intricate details from landscaping. So because of that, I don't want to work too far north, too far east. West, the terrain doesn't change too much, so we can work west a good amount. But so for this year, really, the plan is going to be to continue working south and then continue working west, and then touch off the east end a little bit. I'd like to finish St. Lawrence Market this year if we can. I said that last year as well, but we'll see if that gets done. Ultimately, the biggest project right now, the first project of the new year, is going to be the railway and the Union Station. And really, the other sort of project is I want to come up with new and exciting ways in 2021 to make this project more interesting for you guys to come on and join, and make it more interactive for the visitors. We're going to do that. The plan is to do that with some events on the map. There's some other things that are coming up that, again, I don't want to spoil another video that I'm going to be doing, so you'll have to watch and stay tuned for that. But there's some really exciting things coming up for this project, and I'm really excited to showcase them when they're ready with you guys as we enter the laggy portion of the map that I can never figure out why it's so laggy here. But I'm really excited to see what comes with the future of this project, and ultimately popularity of the project and of the channel was really vaulted by the showcase on City News for the project. And so for those of you who are here from there and still watching, I appreciate it, and it's exciting to see how this project has grown and taken on sort of a life of itself. almost a separate brand from my channel. And obviously my channel is mostly this, but people know, I would argue that more people know the project than they do my channel. Some people might not even know my channel exists at all, but they might be familiar with the project. And so it's pretty cool how this has sort of developed its own identity. And I'm really looking forward to what 2021 holds for the project, and I hope you guys are too. If there's anything specific that you guys would like built, obviously, you know, my rules they're a little bit more liberal than previous years about how we can only build on the outskirts. There's a little bit more wiggle room with that now that we have the guides. But is there anything you guys really want me to work towards as a group? Not, when I say me, I mean the pro team, either myself or the other builders work towards in 2021, whether it be north, south, east, or west. Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what your favorite build of 2020 was. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My personal favorite build is St. Andrew Subway, which is why we're ending it here. I think the details that Apache and Toxic did on it are incredible, and that's one of the reasons why it's my favorite build. So that's my favorite build. Let me know in the comments what your favorite build was. And yeah, that's really going to be everything. This is coming out, I believe, on the 4th of January, if I can get it edited in time. If not, it'll be coming out on the 6th. But I plan on, one of the things I want to do on the channel is more content in the new year. I want to try and do more storytelling with Toronto. I really just want to make Toronto take up more of give it more of a life than simply a Minecraft project. And so I want to give the players more things to do on the actual map, but I also want to do more content related to storytelling on the map as well. Stories of Toronto, stories of the channel, things like that. So that's what you're going to be looking to in 2021. If you are excited about it, let me know. Let me know what your favorite build was of 2020, and really let me know anything you want in the comments. I love having conversations with you guys in the comments, so I look forward to seeing what you guys comment on this video. If you're a new viewer and you enjoyed this, be sure to check out the Building Toronto series. It's always linked at the end of the video, and it's also on my channel, a playlist of all the videos I've done showcasing the map. And also be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, be sure to leave a like and share the channel with your friends. If you wanted to support the channel further, I have a Teespring account where there's some channel merch there, and also I have a Patreon if you're interested in supporting the channel, and there's some cool rewards available on Patreon, both that connect to my Discord and to the Building Toronto map, so be sure to check those out as well. Links to those are always in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for your support over 2020, especially on this project. It was really shocking how popular it was, and how many people thought that this was a really cool project, and thought that it was something worth doing, like I thought as well. So like I said, thank you guys very much. There isn't really words I can say to properly express my gratitude for how much you guys have helped motivate me to do this project. So just I want you all to know that I really appreciate the support. And I guess that's really everything. I've said this already, but thank you guys for watching. My name is Game Fruit Pulp, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Have a good one.